And right now, there's so many people practicing faith healing in the Philippines all over the place in different name of religions, but mostly this the spiritual healing promote in the group of uh, spiritistas in the Philippines, where Monsignor, one of the member or their debater uh, during those times, 1957, according to him, 1957 to 1970.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is the interfaith church?
Interfaith church is it's the registered like this. Interfaith is spiritual church incorporated. That is the registered in the Security Exchange Commission in the Philippines. When before I became a member in 1986, I heard the explanation from Monsignor Marcos Orbito, which is his emphasizing or his mention about the interfaith word meaning written in the encyclopedia or in the Webster encyclopedia, that you can find over there the definition of the interfaith, which means including persons of different religions. That as long as people believe in God in the spiritual matters are uh, their faith be include to the meaning of the interfaith. And he quote the Bible in uh, the Titus 1 verse 4, which is common faith, uh, and common faith, the synonyms of interfaith is like related that way. So he explain those to the people that the interfaith is like the um, it's the faith that God's elect according to his Monsignor Marcos Orbido's preaching through the Bible, giving him an evidence so he can enlighten people that all people should be stands in one faith to the Lord and love one another.
Mm-hmm.
And the spiritual interfaith spiritual church, spiritual is he believed and he teach the people that the spiritual is the teaching of God written of the Bible that he was using by his preaching, and the one that he's proclaiming that teaching is not came to any knowledge of man but through the knowledge of God, so people should be stick to it. And the church of the spiritual church, Monsignor Marcos Orbido believed that the church is uh, part of the spiritual meaning is like the church we are going to praise God is part of the church, and also the physical body, which is the temple, uh, call it temple, and also a church. And but the spiritual body is which is the spirit of the people that dwelling inside our physical body, that is the uh, spiritual church. That spiritual church, which is the spiritual body that should be listen and obey and manage the physical body to obey the commandments of God, because that spiritual body or spiritual church, which is our soul, will be the one who receive the rewards from God and dwell in heaven if you receive the salvation. And that is the most angle, I mean, that is the portion or segment of the explanation of Monsignor Marcos Orbido, how he defines the interfaith spiritual church to explain to the people.
Oh, good. Okay, so we're gonna run out of light pretty soon. It's gonna get pretty dark. So the next few questions, let's try to keep it like relatively concise or relatively short, um, and to the point. And my next question is, um, what is the biggest religion in the Philippines right now, and how did that happen?
The biggest religion in the Philippines right now is uh, Christian, and we have about 5 or 4% population in the 80 million population in the Philippines are Muslim, and 95%, about 95% are Christians. But the biggest name of we are about 2,000 different name of religions in the Philippines right now. But the biggest one is the Catholic Church, because they are the one who starts since they colonized the Philippines since 1521, when uh, the Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan discovered it.
And so, what was do you think was the dominant religion before Magellan?
Uh, Probably
Well, just rephrase.
the dominant religion of in the Philippines before Magellan is I'm not sure, but there's no certain name, but just of the natives just believe to God, and not that much. There, I think there's no religion exists in that time name that they called, except like something native belief to God for the spirituality.
That's great. Uh, who are the people in the Philippines who receive healings in the community, and who are the people that give the healings?
The people mostly receiving faith healing in the Philippines are people living in the villages and the mountain, and mostly poor people who have faith to the Lord and exposed to the people who performing healings, because we grew up that way, and especially the people that cannot afford to go to the hospital to be treated by the doctors, because it's very expensive and mostly people cannot afford it. And the people who's giving healers are healing are to those who they call it the native we, in our slang language we call them albulario, which is healers when you define it. Different type of they have their method, their uh, ancient method of healings, and the faith healings are mostly in the religions. We practice like Monsignor Marcos Rubiro explaining. Mostly in our church, in the Interfaith Spiritual Church, ministers mostly giving uh, healing to the people, and also the people who receive the gift of healing from the Lord, or the elders of the church are mostly people who give healing to the people.
Um, what are some of the what are some of the obstacles to faith healing in the Philippines and internationally? Like obstacles as in like what gets in the way?
Yes. The challenges and obstacles in the Philippines when we performing healings are only the unbelievers. Unbelievers, because in the Philippines, like according to the testimony of Monsignor, that he won the debate in 1975 and become legalized the faith healing in the Philippines. So in the Philippines, the faith healings is open. We can perform in the plaza, open places, even in the hospitals, anywhere, because it's legal. It's legal in the Philippines. We can do healings everywhere that people prepare the place where we're going to perform healing because it's legal. And the only big challenge over there are the families of the people that never believe to the faith healings. But 90%, at least 90 above population of the Philippines